Welcome back to Dark Cinema Recaps. Thank you for getting us over 50 subscribers. I was masturbating to the crucifix at the thought. Today, we're taking a look at 1973 arguably best horror movie, The Exorcist. Like, subscribe and comment for the next horror recap. In northern Iraq, the Adhan, the Islamic call to prayer, is heard. Catholic priest and archaeologist Lancaster Merrin unearths a medallion of Saint Joseph and an artifact representing Pazuzu, an ancient demon. As Merrin prepares to leave Iraq, he sees a large statue of Pazuzu, and two dogs fighting. In the Washington, D.C. neighborhood of Georgetown, actress Chris MacNeil stars in a film directed by her friend Burke Dennings. MacNeil rents a well-appointed house with servants and her 12-year-old daughter Regan. Father Damien Carras, a psychiatrist who counsels Georgetown University priests, visits his ailing mother in New York. He confides to a colleague that he feels unfit in his role, citing a crisis of faith. Chris hears noises in the attic, and Regan attributes them to her imaginary friend, Captain Howdy. In a local church, a statue of Mary is found desecrated. Chris hosts a party. Kara's friend Father Dyer explains Kara's role as counselor, mentioning that his mother died recently. Regan appears and urinates on the carpet, rub that bitch's nose in it and crack on. After Chris puts Regan to bed, her bed shakes violently. Linda Blair is 12 in this movie, I'm not making that joke. Dyer consoles Carras, and Carras expresses guilt at not having been with his mother when she died. Carras dreams of his mother, a Saint Joseph medallion and, briefly, a demonic face. Regan becomes violent. She is subjected to several medical tests which find nothing physically wrong with her. During a house call, a demon possesses Regan's body. The possessed Regan exhibits abnormal strength. One night, Chris finds the house empty except for a sleeping Regan. Dennings is found dead at the foot of an outdoor staircase beneath Regan's window. Homicide detective William Kinderman questions Carras, confiding that Dennings' head was turned backwards. Regan's condition worsens as her body becomes covered with sores. A doctor mentions exorcism as a remote option, suggesting a possible psychological benefit. Kinderman visits Chris, explaining that the only plausible explanation for Dennings' death is that he was pushed from Regan's window. As Kinderman leaves, the possessed Regan stabs her genitals with a crucifix, kinky bitch. To Chris's horror, the possessed Regan turns her head backwards and speaks in Dennings' voice. Regan is confined to her bedroom. Chris seeks out Carras, who visits Regan. Over 2 meetings, the possessed Regan claims to be the devil himself, projectile vomits into Carras's face, speaks in tongues, and reacts violently when tap water is sprinkled on her, which Carras had claimed was holy water, a point against genuine possession. The demon says it will remain in Regan until she is dead. Desperate, Chris confides that the possessed Regan killed Dennings. At night, Chris's assistant calls Carras to the house. They witness the words, "Help me," materialize on Regan's skin. Still ambivalent, Carras concludes that an exorcism is warranted. His superior grants permission on the condition that an experienced priest lead the ritual while Carras assists. Merrin, having performed an exorcism before, is summoned. Merrin arrives at the house, warning Carras that the demon attacks psychologically. As the priests read from the Roman ritual, the demon curses them. It focuses on Carras, verbally attacking his loss of faith and guilt over his mother's death. The priests rest momentarily and Merrin, shaking, takes nitroglycerin. Carras enters the bedroom where the demon appears as his mother. Showing weakness, Carras exclaims that the demon is not his mother. Merrin excuses Karas and continues the exorcism by himself. Karas assures Chris that Regan will not die and re-enters the room, finding Merrin dead. Enraged, Karas beats the possessed Regan and demands that the demon take him instead. The demon rips a medallion of Saint Joseph from Karas' neck and begins to possess him, freeing Regan. Karas hurls himself out the window, tumbling down the stairs outside. Chris and Kinderman enter the room. Chris embraces the healed Regan, and Kinderman surveys the scene. Outside, Dyer administers the dying Karas' last rites. The McNeils prepare to leave, and Father Dyer says goodbye. Despite having no memory of her ordeal, Regan is moved by the sight of Dyer's clerical collar to kiss him on the cheek. As the McNeils leave, Chris gives Dyer the medallion found in Regan's room. Dyer then proceeds to walk to the steps where Karas fell and looks down on them, before turning around and departing.